So when I went to the next meeting, I said, fine, you have answered about China. What about the other allegations? You are being investigated in the country for working with Al-Shabaab, for working with RSF from Sudan, for extrajudicial killings, for abductions. The Americans want to know why. It is alleged there was a meeting in Mandera. Can you please answer? It is not me who came with this allegation. This matter is before the Senate.
Here is what, and I'm looking at this congressional record that you have shared.
Yes.
It talks about an assessment of Kenya as a financial safe haven for certain entities, including certain individuals.
Yes.
It doesn't name President William Ruto by name. You, on the other hand, are saying that he met Al-Shabaab.
Yes, I did. I
because this is very different. Senator Risch and in this Congress does not talk about President William Ruto meeting. This was your statement.
It's talking about Kenya.
It's talking about Kenya.
And its officials.
And those officials, according to you, are President William Ruto?
Yes. Who leads Kenya? Who leads Kenya? And I am saying, I concluded it's William Ruto because I am private. I am private, and I've said it before.
Yeah.
On record, that President William Ruto has a working relationship with Hemeti, the leader of RSF. I have said that, and I have evidence. I'm the one who facilitated the meeting.
Okay. Sorry? You facilitated the meeting?
Yes, I did.
Between President William Ruto?
And Hemeti, on his request.
Why would you do that?
Because diplomatically, a president cannot invite a deputy to come and visit him. And Hemeti, at that time, was the deputy president of Sudan. So William Ruto called me as deputy president and had a letter for me to sign to invite Hemeti. And I went to pick him at the airport and delivered him to William Ruto and started with the discussion. If the government has decided to stop the one-term movement, they want to assassinate Gachagua by using police in civilians and then blame it on goons, because I can see the pattern. What they have done, even if you allow me, I have been attacked now 7 times. In November 2024, I was attacked by goons covered by police in Limuru. Up to today, nobody has ever been arrested. On 28th December, I was attacked by a police officer in Shamata. Nobody has ever been arrested. On 6th April, I was attacked by goons and police in Mweki, inside a PCA church. Nobody has ever been arrested. You know? Another day, I was attacked somewhere else. Now, I was attacked at the airport. What I can see, I was analyzing here with security experts yesterday, is that the government want to set up a trend where that Gachagua is always attacked by goons, so that one day, police in civilian can shoot him dead, and then say it's the goons, and then order an investigation to arrest the goons when he is dead. What I want to tell them is, and I want to be very cautious, I want to say, it's important I say, because I have seen the trend of what is happening. I want to tell William Ruto and Kipchumba Murkomen, please, don't ban this country. This is our country, we have no other.
Okay.
Let us be careful. Don't do stupid things.
Okay.
Yeah, thinking that you are stopping the one-term movement, yeah, and create some war in this country. Please don't.
Will you, Mr. Gachagua, wanted to address the issue of the people of Mandera and the Al-Shabaab allegation? Yeah,
I want to put it very clearly that after I asked William Ruto to explain about the alleged meeting he did in Mandera with Al-Shabaab, some leaders in that area, the governor, the senator, and some MPs, were accusing me of having called the people of Mandera terrorists. Let me say very clearly, the people of Mandera are very innocent, and they have nothing to do with these accusations. The accusations are against the William Ruto, not the people of Mandera. The fact that the meeting is alleged to have taken place in Mandera does not make the people of Mandera party to any such meeting. And I have seen a concerted effort to try to draw a wedge between me and the people of Mandera and the people of northeastern Kenya. And let me take this opportunity to say that I have tremendous respect for that community. Those are very honorable people. And myself, I do business with people of the Somali community. And indeed, Yvonne, one day if you want to do business, the Somali people are very good people to do business with. Their word is like a banker's check. You don't even require a written agreement. I do business with them. Where I come from in the mountain, we live with the Somali people. In fact, in a place called Nyanyuki, that is Laikipia East constituency. The Kikuyu nation there elected a Somali as member of parliament when they are only 3% of the population. Here in Kamukuji in Nairobi, the Honorable Hassan has been elected by the Mount Kenya people for more than 3 times. We have a very good working relationship with the people of northeastern Kenya, and I don't want leaders who have an issue with me as they try to defend William Ruto to drag in the people of Mandera. Okay. The people of Mandera have nothing to do with this thing. Those are good people. In fact, they have borne the brunt of attacks for many years. And even as we speak today, half of Mandela is occupied by forces from Jubaland. And I would have expected these leaders over the weekend, the governor, the senator, the MPs, who are making a lot of noise about Rigiji, to have defended the people of Mandera from the incursions by forces from Jubaland instead of castigating Gachagua. So I wanted to clarify that the allegations we have made against William Ruto, he is not from Mandera, he is not Somali, he is not Muslim. Let nobody drag in the people of Mandera, the people of northeastern Kenya, from our issues with William Ruto. They should leave us alone with William Ruto to have our own war. Yeah.
All right.
Waswahili wanajuana na vilemba. But let me tell the members of parliament and senate what is happening. And they'll thank me one day. I know William Ruto like the back of my hand. I stayed with him. This is what is happening. Most of these senators and members of parliament, except from Rift Valley, know that William Ruto is done his one term. And they know if they are in UDA, they will be sent packing. So they have been talking in bars, in social places, saying we are with Ruto to get what we can. Next year we'll defect. They have been saying we are waiting for the last budget. Once we get our projects, we'll have to align with the people, because if we go in UDA, we shall not be elected. William Ruto said he's a consumer of raw intelligence. He monitors all these MPs. You can ask me, I was his deputy. He has a file on each one of them. All this money he was bribing them, he has recordings. Ask me, I was his deputy. There is another senator who went to collect some money from some businessmen from Nakuru. I've even seen the video. He has all these recordings for all these bribes, for all these things the MPs have been doing. William Ruto is a smart man. He knew one day these guys can shortchange him and they can abandon him. So he knows that next year there will be mass exodus. So this multi-agency team he has formed is to collect evidence and create files on all leaders in Kenya. And he'll call them one by one. I hear you want to leave UDA and go to DCP and go to Wiper. This is your file. Try. Next week you are in court. Same for governors, same for everybody. Why would William Ruto want to take over investigations? He said when he formed the government that he'll make sure the National Police Service is independent. He'll give it money. He'll make sure judiciary is independent. He'll make sure the DPP is independent. Today he is saying he wants to form a multi-agency team under the office of the president to deal with corruption. I can tell you, and I want to tell these members of parliament, you will have to stick with William Ruto to the end. You'll go home together, because the minute you try to move and abandon him, like it happened to Moi in the year 2002, he will have a file on all of you. So all those senators who took money during my impeachment, all those MPs who took money during my impeachment, all those MPs who took money for the finance bill, all those MPs who have been taking money from William Ruto and his cronies for various things in parliament, William Ruto has a file on each one of you, and none of you will be able to abandon him. For the money that you took, you have to stick with William Ruto up to the ballot. And you try, and you tell me, you have seen already, the EACC after William Ruto spoke. That is a script, you can see how good it is. The minute he spoke, the EACC said William Ruto has done that. That's done well. He says we have 4 governors now at the radar. And you see the governors at the radar. Kimani wa Matangi. Because he doesn't agree with the Kimani Ichung'wah in Kiambu. So they are using that file to coerce him politically. And what will happen now? This multi-agency team, it has been outlawed by the court, but he's still for it. They are going to create files to enable William Ruto to deal with people like ourselves, who don't agree with him, and to hold all those leaders who are with him, who may want to abandon him and go to another political party.
All right. Let's speak about some of the things that are in the country right now, yes, and that you seemed to agree with. The Social Health Authority, SHA, something you were a big supporter of, then, now appears to be suffering a series of scandals. At least the Ministry of Health is defending itself, is defending its record, saying there is no fraud at the Social Health Authority. You sat there when this was being mooted. What was the proposal? And do you think, in hindsight, that
initially I supported.
Yeah. What was the idea that you supported?
We had committed.
Yeah.
We had committed in our manifesto to improve on NHIF and actually make it available to every Kenyan. And in fact, we promised to reduce the payments for ordinary people from 500 shillings to 300. We went ahead to promise that those who will not pay, who had no income at all, will be covered, by the fund without having to make any contribution. Those are the things that we did. So when we came in, we got the former CS for Ruto'S, Kamau, to come and chair the board of NHIF. And he started on a process of how to reform it and make it better. And proposals were done, and it was agreed they needed to improve the system at a cost of about 800 million to make NHIF more responsive, to make it more efficient, to serve the people of Kenya. William Ruto put a team of advisors at State House who are working parallel from the ministers. And they came up with this thing called SHA. Yeah? And they said NHIF is bad, there was a lot of fraud, we must reform it and we must change it completely. And this thing was brought and we started interrogating it. Along the way, I started getting fears that this thing was a scheme to rip off the people of Kenya. Yeah? And they proposed that we create a new system that will cost 104 billion Kenya shillings. And I asked William Ruto, my brother, if the board of NHIF is saying they can reform this system at 800 million, why do we need a new system costing about 104 billion? He said, no, we will do it this way. This thing was forced. That's why you had an MP say, we pass SHA for you. This thing was pushed by William Ruto. This 104 billion, Yvonne, is pure theft of public funds. It's the biggest rip-off in the history of the independent Kenya. You know, this system does not exceed 1 billion shillings. 103 billion shillings had been stolen by William Ruto and company. You know, and that is why it is him, because you had the MP saying, we passed you a SHA. Okay? And that is why he was saying when he was in Sagana, explaining why we deferred. Oh, did you ever hear Rigathi deferred the health system? Did you ever hear him deferred the education system? Did you ever hear him talking about the housing program? I told him, give me a break. I cannot defend corruption. I said, Mr. President, excuse me, forgive me. I could not help you to defend SHA. This is outright theft of public.
And so some would say that this is indeed proof of exactly what you're saying, that the EACC
I don't know about the cases of other people.
And the DPP were done in your favor. And so you are, in fact, a beneficiary of the executive usurping the authorities of these independent constitutional bodies.
Not true.
So are you saying this now because you are out of government and not a beneficiary?
In my case, not true, because what happened is that the fourth administration was doing what William Ruto is doing. Okay? It was using the criminal justice system to punish those who are opposed to it. The fourth administration was unhappy that I was supporting William Ruto. Yeah? And therefore they brought charges against me and there was no evidence. So once we came into office, the DPP got to the DCI to swear an affidavit. It's on record in court and said we had nothing against this man. We were told to prosecute him. We had no evidence. Even if that matter proceeded, it would still have been dismissed by the courts. Okay? What pains me, Yvonne, and I feel very sad, is at that time when we were being persecuted by the fourth administration, William Ruto saw that in his administration, never again will he allow the use of the criminal justice system to punish those opposed to him. Yeah? He gave that undertaking that he will never allow. And politics will be done the conventional way, through persuasion and consensus and concurrence. The minute he became president, I don't know what happens to that State House. Somebody is elected, he's a good man. When he reaches there, you know, sometimes I even get very worried of being elected president. Somebody who was a reasonable person, somebody who was saying great things, somebody who was sensible, somebody who was for the rule of law, he becomes president and he becomes a minister. William Ruto gave us an undertaking, in private and in public, that under his watch, in his leadership, he would never allow the use of the criminal justice system to pursue politics. That's exactly what he's doing, you know? And that's what I'm saying is, I don't believe he's the same person. You know, sometimes I think he's a double, you know? Because this man used to sit with me here, with Pastor Dorcas, and we pray together. And the things he said, he cannot do. Kwanzaa, he said in an interview, I will never allow anybody to punish my deputy. I will never allow anybody to lack respect for him. I will never allow anybody to do to my deputy what Uhuru Kenyatta has done to me. He not only did the same, but he went ahead to do what Uhuru Kenyatta never did to him, to pay people to throw him out of office. And this is the same man. So sometimes, I don't know whether he's the same person. Sometimes I get lost.
Why